You've reached the Daily Solutions podcast. We're not in right now, but go ahead and leave us a message after the beep.
Yeah, hey man, I was floating in a buddy's box and I'd never done that. And I thought, hey, I'm going to take some of this salty water with me because I needed to brine my turkey. And he told me that I took some, and I said, no, I did not. But I did take a beer bottle full, and I stuck it into my shorts, and I brought it to my truck because I knew he'd get pissed because he said the salt's pretty spendy. But how did he know that I snuck a bottle out of there? All right, thanks, Jim. All right, well, I think we're not going to answer that question.
It was a real question, though.
That was actually a real submission on the website, yeah. My name's Graham.
My name's Ashkahn.
And today's question we actually had coming in from a few hundred different listeners.
Yeah,
so I thought that it was about time we
flooded with this question.
We'd addressed it, which was, let me pull it out here. Tell me more about your magical and enchanting float conference for 2018. How can I go? How can I give you all of my money?
Wow, that's a great question.
Yeah, wow,
really,
and we really appreciate it.
It's on everybody's mind, yeah. So thank you for that genuine question from people out there. So we got a float conference.
Woo!
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's been happening since 2012. So this will be.
I was going to say since 1901. You really jumped on my joke there, you know.
This will be our 7th float conference that's coming up here, and it's in Portland, Oregon. We've always done them in Portland,
That's
Oregon.
more than you can count on one hand plus an extra thumb.
Yeah, which is, that's the real milestone that I think most people are going for. And it's good. For those of you who have never been to the float conference before, it's basically kind of like a giant party where everybody from the float industry from around the world comes out and gets to hang out together.
And some confused people not from the float industry, too.
Yeah, very, very, unaware that they're in the middle of a float tornado. But there are some times we're in, different buildings, and people are like, what is going on here? But, it's super fun. People come out from all around the world to run float centers and are generally kind of in the float industry, and they come all out to Portland, Oregon, and we have a couple days worth of talks from, things like researchers presenting their newest data. Justin Feinstein always brings his crew with him from his lab, and they get to share kind of the newest information they've been researching over there.
Which is always really exciting. It's actually, I think that's a lot of people's favorite part, is actually getting to see the data for what floats are doing to people,
So yeah, that's cool. Big float centers around the world. We usually invite a few people like that out to give talks, generally kind of cool, interesting people, somewhat related to the whole kind of float universe.
And a handful of really boring speakers that we just sort of sprinkle in.
Make the other people look better,
Yeah,
that's the goal.
It's all about dynamic range, I think, is what they recommend for conferences,
So it is, I like this about all conferences, is just that, you really get to go and learn about, the absolute newest information happening, which is always cool. We go to a bunch of conferences, and that's always my favorite part. You just really feel like you're on the kind of leading edge of information. And that's true of the float conference, too. I'll go there and I learn a bunch of stuff over the course of the weekend. I'm like, wait, what's happening? And there's a bunch of, especially nowadays, crazy stuff happening in the float world. There's some serious research being done through the Air Force, and, those people who are just starting to enter this world last year came out and kind of presented what they were working on and where they were planning on their research going. And, it's cool just to see this stuff that is otherwise a little bit hidden in the float world that you don't know is happening behind the scenes, and see where it's going.
Yep, new float tank launches every year at the float conference, which is always exciting to see what people bring out. Oftentimes we don't even know ahead of time. People will just tell us we're debuting some kind of new float technology, and we get to be surprised along with everyone else when they roll it out.
Yeah. And also, it's just pretty much the greatest group of people you can gather into a room together. Everybody is super chill. They're super relaxed. They're really happy to be there. And they're super happy to talk to each other and share information and help each other out. It's a really community focused group of people. And this is the time that everyone actually gets to be together in one physical space.
Yeah, Derek Wyatt always describes it as a big float family reunion, but without any creepy uncles and better food.
So it's super fun. It's a super fun time. If you've never been out before, obviously we recommend that you come out.
And what are the dates this year? We just said them, right?
The dates, yeah. So August 18th and 19th.
I'm glad I didn't say my dates that I have in my head. I was wrong. I was wrong.
March, November. Yeah, August 18th and 19th, 2018 is the main conference. That's a Saturday and Sunday. We also put on a workshop called the How to Start a Float Center workshop, which, as you can imagine, is all about how to start a float center. And that's the 2 days beforehand. So that's the
We're not very
16th
good at
and
coming up
17th.
with clever names for things.
No,
like
it's just very
float
direct.
Conference.
Yeah.
How to start a center workshop. Yeah.
It's a very just literal sort of thing. So yeah, if you're in the planning stages or thinking about opening up a center and you want a bunch of information, that's the thing you want to come to. How to Start a Float Center workshop. And then what's becoming like a bigger and more awesome part of the event every year is the Friday activities.
I thought you were going to say the CPO training.
That happen. They're activities that happen on Friday. You know, they go with our general theme of extremely blunt naming. Basically, like people in the industry who are coming to the conference who want to organize their own little activity or event will put these on. So we do a couple of them. We usually do like a bus tour.
Beer bus tour.
A beer, yeah. Drinking.
Craft beer. Double-decker
bus tour. Where it takes you around to the different float centers in Portland while you drink beer on the second story of a bus. And, we put on a marketing forum last year, which was super fun. We had a bunch of panels from various float center owners talking about their marketing advice. And then a bunch of people just put on all sorts of cool stuff, like, maybe like 10 to 20 independent.
Float Olympics this year was one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Float Olympics was very silly.
Salt bag tosses. And
that's the day before the main Saturday, Sunday. So that's the Friday. So which is usually, I kind of consider it like the start of the conference at this point. You come in that Friday morning, you do a whole day of activities, and then you start in on the main talks on Saturday.
And we have a special program, too, where you can actually come and live in our float center for 3 months leading up to the conference and volunteer and help us out. And, occasionally Ashkahn and I will actually let you come sleep in our rooms with us and sort of have a little sleepover, braided hair kind of thing. But that's maybe like once every 2 weeks. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, definitely reach out.
And, that's it. It's super fun. It's a super fun time.
Yeah, it's really fun. Come on out and say hello. I'll just give you big hugs.
Yeah.
And
floatconference.com is the website. And this is good. This is a very genuine question. And thanks for, I hope this information was a really tactical and
and maybe
pragmatic.
Now you'll stop pestering us every day with all those emails asking us to cover this on the podcast.
Yeah.
And if you have any more totally genuine, legitimate questions that are actually submitted by users, or your users. What are you guys again? Listeners?
Submitters?
Submitted by you. Go to floatanksolutions.com/podcast. Enter them in. And, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.